I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
He's versatile, daring, athletic, and what every kid wants for Christmas.
It doesn't even need batteries.
The toy. He turned their house into a home.
I love you, Jack.
And their home into a battlefield. Richard Pryor, Jackie Gleason, The Toy. Rated PG. Now playing at a theater near you.
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. This is another paid request, this time from a very nice guy named Ben. And it is for The Toy. Now, for those interested in requesting any other type of reviews, topics, reactions, re-reviews, pretty much anything in general, feel free. You just send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both of those links are down in the info box. Now, The Toy came out in 1982, directed by Richard Donner. This would be after Superman, but before the Lethal Weapon films and more so. Would not be his only film in terms of comedy, because he would later do Scrooged with Bill Murray, another film I enjoy. I do like the film. I know I'm not supposed to, because it's racist. Though, here's the way I look at it. Number one, this is based on this is a remake of another film, a French film. To me, anybody could have played this role. What I mean is, it shouldn't matter. Don't limit people what they can or can't do because of skin color. Unless, okay, if you're Martin Luther King, you don't get Tom Hanks to play Martin Luther King. Comic books, maybe you could go into that, although I did like Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin, and, you know, among others, Sam Jackson did Fury, so it depends on how much you want it to be the character in the comics and source material. That's another. But with this, if you took the same film, and this was Martin Short, if this was any white guy you can think of, would it have the reputation of being racist? No. The same plot, same idea. To me, when I saw this as a kid, that never entered my brain. It never entered my thought process. I looked at it as Richard Pryor wanting to do a movie that's a bit kid-friendly, because it's rated PG. And yeah, I prefer the more R-rated humor of Richard Pryor. My favorite is See No Evil, Hear No Evil. I really like Moving. I would say Moving I'd probably put above this. I do like Stir Crazy. I love his stand-up, especially Here and Now. But I still enjoy this film. It was him doing something a little bit different. Working with this kid who's a bit of a brat because his father, Jackie Gleason, doesn't give him the time of day. And the bond that grows between the two. like I said, it was Richard Pryor trying to do something different, and I think he's a good actor. He's still rather funny in the film. There's still quite a few laughs I got out of this flick. And getting back to my point, they bring it up. It's not like there's some movie that completely bypasses it and never mentions it. And even when I first saw this, I mentioned it's part of the dialogue, and I took the film for what it is. And that's the thing, is that people don't want to take films for what they are. They think they're armchair director, producer, writer, and they know what was intended, and they know what it was meant, and they know. I'm like, no, you don't. Even I don't know. You don't. We all truthfully don't know. Don't assume shit. You could guess. I can understand that. That's part of your review and your critical introspection on it. No, I don't think the film is racist. I don't think the film was intended to be racist. I think it was intended with, you take a guy like Richard Pryor, what if he's in this crazy situation? Arnold Schwarzenegger, what if he's in a situation where there's a bunch of kids in kindergarten? Although now people say kindergarten cop is offensive. See, that's how ridiculous it gets. To me, it's more about the crazy situation of you having to deal with this kid who's a bratty, selfish, gets whatever he wants because his dad will give him everything. And Richard Pryor going, no, there's more to life than that. Life's unfair, tough titty. Which I stole that from this movie. Tough titty. So to me, and like I said before, they bring it up. What position do you want? Does slavery sound too crass? And they even mention how uneasy the situation is. They mention it. They bring it up. Again, this is not a movie that never brings up that conversation. But again, it's more of, like the kid. He wanted this guy, not because he was black. He wanted this guy because, A, he's a kid who gets whatever he wants. He's the only person in the store. And because the way he was interacting with the toys in the store. The Wonder Wheel. Oh, Wonder Wheel! No, please, Wonder Wheel. I don't want to be a Wonder Wheel murderer. And just being over the top. That's why the kid wanted him. Because he wanted a friend. And the color didn't fucking matter. So technically what people are saying is, you can have the same movie, but a black guy can't play it. Aren't you then limiting what actors can or can't do? Isn't that more racist than the movie itself? Sorry, you can't play this role. Why? Because you're black. Shouldn't any person be able to play any fucking character? Isn't that what I'm told? This is what I'm told. But now you're saying, well, no, he can't play this. So again, if you took the same film and it's a white guy, you put in 1982, who was a comedian? Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Chevy Chase. If it was Chevy Chase, the same movie but Chevy Chase, no one would say anything. Yeah, it's a bit weird when you look at it on the surface level. But if you actually watch the fucking movie, it's a different matter. Or different matter. Or manner, whatever. Both. I mean both. It's a different matter and manner. As a matter of fact, I don't think the film is that fucking racist as people make it out to be. And yeah, I did find the film funny from the beginning when he's with these guys and they're betting food stamps and such. What's this dog stuff? I got 2 dogs. You know what? Then you should bring them here. We can eat them. Good thing you didn't say she had a cat. And Richard Pryor's character, he's a guy trying to look for a job. He wants to be a writer, but things are not working out. So he needs to find a job. He gets given a quarter. Hey, a quarter. Man, I'm going to buy a car with this. He's an entertaining smartass. He gets a job as a cleaning lady, working for Jackie Gleason. Jackie Gleason, he was on the TV show The Honeymooners from back in the day. And from what I understand, one of the reasons Richard Pryor wanted to do this was to work with Jackie Gleason. I guess he had a good time working with them. So, part of his job is also to clean the store, and this is when this kid, Scott Schwartz, who I guess were later going to do porn. I didn't see him, so this is what I've heard. And it's on his IMDb, to be fair. He wants to buy him. And people like Ned Beatty, These guys here, they tell him, no, you can't do that. You can't buy a human person. And they even mention that. You can't buy a person. Why? Because it's immoral? Like, they give reasons to the kid why you can't buy a person. Well, my dad said I could buy anything in the store, and he's in the store. And it's because he wants to buy a friend. And the whole gist of it is Richard Pryor teaching this kid, you don't do this. You don't do that. And trying to make him not be an asshole. That's part of the movie. That's the whole fucking point of the film. Do people just disregard that? Because if you say this is racist, you're part of this crowd, and you better say that. No, I'm not. No, I don't think the film is racist. I don't give a fuck what shit I did. You know what I think it is? It's a funny movie. It's one of Richard Pryor's best movies. Again, no, I See No Evil, Hear No Evil is my favorite. But I think it's entertaining. Okay, stuff that made me laugh. The kid's last name is Bates, and Richard Pryor's character is Jack. So Ned Beatty's like, Jack, Master Bates. And Richard Pryor, the way he laughs, he was infectious. Okay, you want to know, what position do you want? Does slavery sound too crass? Like, that was a great smart-ass remark. Or when Jackie Gleason finds out and he's talking to his wife, his mistress, I think it's Teresa, is it Teresa Ganzel? This lady here, I liked her. She was the typical, oh, how's it go? Like, you think of the blonde bimbo, she played that perfectly as it's supposed to be played. That's the point of it. And again, she did it absolutely to perfection. She might have worked with Joe Bob Briggs. I'm not sure if that's the same lady. It might be a different lady. But I know I've seen her in other stuff before. But Jackie Gleason tells her, my son, he bought a black man. And then she says, I wasn't aware we sold them. The way that was a funny remark, the way she said it. And Teresa Ganzel, she got the big titties. Those tit bitties. Beautiful. And yeah, the shenanigans the kid has with him that you would see in Home Alone, Problem Child, things of that nature later on. You know, steering him with firecrackers, makes him dress in a Spider-Man suit. He's driving this big toy car and Richard Pryor's in with him. This is robot that boxes and sucker punches Richard. He started with the other toys. It's like, you guys are, they don't want any stupid pandas. They don't want any of this. They want me. The wind-up asshole. And also, I think its heart is in the right place. Like, you don't buy a friend, you earn a friend. And it's the kid realizing how unfair his dad is. Like, his dad fired someone because he had a sweaty handshake. And Richard Pryor goes, fair? Hey, God, life's unfair. You know what he say? Tough titty. I've used that so many times in my reviews. To the point I almost forgot where it was from. I'm like, yeah, it was from this movie. Tough titty. I like that. I don't know why. Just rolls off the tongue. And he's becoming a big brother to the kid. That's really what it is. You know, the Big Brother program? That's really what he becomes. The big brother to this kid. Who is lonely and he has no friends. And it actually gets him into reporting and editing. And they both want to show Jackie Gleason the error of his ways, so to speak. And I thought the Richard Donner's direction was competent enough. I thought it went at a decent enough pace. Yeah, it gets a bit schmaltzy, sappy, sentimental. But a lot of movies in this day and age had that and did that. Let's be honest. And you know what? I could be open to that than a movie that offers zero. At least when it's trying to be sappy, like I said, its heart is in the right place. I really do believe that. And it's one of those things that, yeah, okay, you want to be hip and say yeah, this is race. You know, you do one of those I love the '80s bullshit shows. I don't give a fuck. I still enjoy the film. I still think it's a fun film. I don't think a lot of Richard Pryor films, I don't think are on Blu-ray. I know See No Evil, Hear No Evil is because I have it over there. But like Moving, Critical Condition, those are not on Blu-ray. I don't think this film is. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, I've always been a fan of Richard Pryor. I've always been a big fan of his movies. I saw his movies first, and then I saw his stand-up, which was hilarious. The kid did fine. He was supposed to be sly at the beginning, but they do show a taste of him and Richard Pryor bonding when he finds out that his father fired this person and Ned Beatty was forced to fire him. He's like, what? And for a kid who didn't go than porn films when he was adult, he wasn't that bad. I've seen much worse child actors. I'm sorry. Alice D. Lynn's Home Alone 3. The fucking Jake Lloyd. I'm sorry he went through this stuff, but he was a terrible child actor, just being honest. Scott Schwartz wasn't that bad. The store fit the fun, either the little sappy moments or the whimsical moments fairly well. I forget who did the score. Yeah, based on a film by Francis Weber. Music score by Patrick Williams. So yeah, it is a remake of a film, so you don't want to get mad at the source. Well, they cast a black man, so they can't cast? Again, it's like... That's the thing back to anybody... Whatever. I mean, issues I have with the film... I mean... With the kid there, I can see why it's not rated R. But a film like Bustin' Loose, that had kids in it, but I felt even more of the edge in Bustin' Loose compared to this. I think that's why Bustin' Loose a little bit funnier, because you saw a bit of that edge. While this, it's not completely bland milquetoast, but lesser than other Richard films, so in order to get the PG rating. But Jackie Gleason, I thought he did a solid job. Yeah, I don't really have much problems with it now that I think about it. I still enjoy The Toy. I still think it's a fun Richard Pryor film. I think Pryor does a good job. It's cool to see him do some hygiene. The stuff that you would see so many other people later on. Eddie Murphy and Daddy Daycare. Various other people have done it. Arnold and Kindergarten Cop. There's various other movies where people deal with kids. John Ritter and Problem Child. And more so. And Richard Pryor did it here in 1982. And it's an interesting film in the filmography of Richard Donner. Known mainly for action. Like I said, he didn't do a lot of comedies. There's this, there's Scrooged. I would put this above Brewster's Millions. Brewster's Millions is okay. But I would say I got a bit more laughs out of this. I like Silver Street, but I would say I like this more because Richard Pryor doesn't come into that till halfway through. That's really when the movie comes alive. Because Richard Pryor's in it, then he disappears till the very, very end. So I like Silver Street, but you get more Richard Pryor in this. So I will put this above Silver Street. Critical Condition I haven't seen in a while. Anyway, I'm going off tangent. But yeah, The Toy, still a fun movie. Still got some chuckles and laughs out of it. And yeah, while sentimentality I could deal with compared to some of the shit today. And no, I don't think it's as fucking horrible as people make it out to be. Sorry. But that said, thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye-bye.